Hi, this is Sandi Genovese and welcome to the Scrapbook Showgram. Today we're talking about holiday ornaments, and this little guy is the one that started all of my thinking for this project. I showed how to do this last Christmas in 2011, and well, I looked online and I saw that they were available. This is an acrylic frame that I used in order to decorate with the photo, and we drilled holes and we added cord and then added the little embellishments. Lots and lots of you commented that you were having trouble finding these, that they seemed to sell out really quickly, whatever stock that was left on the sites where I found them. And so I apologize, but I liked the idea so much. I didn't want any of you disappointed that wanted to make them and weren't able to. So I wondered how hard it would be to make it just really starting from scratch. Turns out it's not hard at all. So let me show you what we're going to do. If you look down here, you'll see all these cool choices. Here you can see the one that we're going to actually make today, and I'll bring it up so you can see. This is Kate, and if you look, I'll set it back down so I can look at it as well, but you can see that I've got white rub-ons that I've just used that are themed for the holiday. I've got this cool, beautiful gift rhinestone sticker that I'm using as kind of a frame around Kate. And then I even went back and I added over the I in Rejoice, I added one more little small rhinestone. It is such an easy and a fun thing to do. I want to show you a couple of options that you could also do before we start. Here is a second different style. It's the same plexiglass background, but instead of the gift sticker, I've used this heart sticker. Once again, these are the rhinestone stickers for me and my big ideas, and I checked and they're available now. It's not something that was from a year or so ago and that you're going to have trouble finding. They're available now, but in this case, instead of adding rub-ons, what I did was I took these, happen to be laser cut snowflake stickers, and you can see I've just used them to decorate around the plexiglass, the frame itself. Then if you look at this example, what I did here is I took the same photo of Kate, and this happens to be Kate's mother and father. This is Christy and Brian, and in order to add protection, because there's no rhinestone sticker over the top, I put regular packing, the clear packing tape over the top of the photo and trimmed it out so that now basically it's like it's got a laminated or protected surface on the top. I matted it on green, and then you can see that in this case, the picture of Brian and Christy, I just went ahead and I fastened it right to the actual plexiglass, and then I added the rhinestone stickers on the top, a little heart sticker at the bottom, and then once again I went back with the white rub-ons and I just went right over the top. And white rub-ons you'll find everywhere. That's really the simple thing. Then here, these last final two, let me pull these down so they're kind of next to each other. Here are Brian and Christy's two sons. Here's Jake and here's Sam, and here Sam happens to be with Kate in the picture with him. So these are going to be for them. And I of course just gave it away because they will know. Maybe I can get these to them first. But let me show you how easy it is to start. You want to start with the plexiglass. You go to the hardware store, even the big box stores, and you can buy a sheet of plexiglass. When you buy the plexiglass there, I've not found a store that doesn't cut it for you for free, provided you don't need too many cuts. I went to 3 different places and they all agreed that they would make 2 or 3 cuts free of charge. For the sheet of plexiglass that I got, I was able to get about 30 of these little frames. So it turned out that they charged me $10 to cut all of them, which I thought was a steal. The size of my little frame is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So it's a 3 1/4 inch square. And I just bought the plexiglass, and they took it back, and while I shopped around the store, they cut it up for me, and I just picked it up, and I got this whole stack of these cool square plexiglass frames. They come with this protection on both sides, and we're going to peel that off, but in order for it to hang on the tree, we need to put the holes in there, and I'm going to leave the protection on there while I drill the holes because I think it keeps it from getting kind of a scruffy edge. I've taken a piece of white paper and I've used it as a guide. I've punched holes out with an 1/8 inch hole punch in order to see where I want to place these holes. And I'm going to go ahead and I will use a permanent pin to mark the spot where I'm going to actually drill. So if I pick that up, you can see, hopefully, I don't know if I need to put white behind there, you can see that I've marked the 2 places where I'm going to punch those holes. But obviously with plexiglass, I can't punch them. I need to drill them. Don't be afraid of some very simple power tools. They are not difficult. You don't want to damage, especially if you do your crafting on your dining room table. You definitely need a scrap piece of wood to place underneath your project so that you don't drill down through. I'm going to use my wireless drill. I'm going to hope that it has enough of a charge for me to at least drill 1 hole. And all you want to do, this is a 1/16 inch drill bit. The size hole is up to you, however big the ribbon is that you, or the cord that you want to string through. And I just want to place it right straight up over that hole, and I'll be quiet while I drill. Once you feel that you've gone into the wood, then, you know, you want to just pull it back out. I do find that, and I didn't have any crack, but different of my male friends told me that you want, you know, to do the drill fast. You don't want it on a slow speed. So I don't know, it seemed like there's really only 1 speed. But if I pull the backing, you can see how well that created that hole. There's backing on both sides of this, but you end up getting a nice clear edge. It's like if you're going to use a saw, sometimes you put masking tape down on the wood first to prevent getting a scruffy edge. That's why this backing, I think, helps make those holes nice and clean. Here is one. Now I've already pulled, I've got the 2 holes drilled, and I've pulled off the protective plastic off the front. I've left it on the back for now, just so that as long as I'm working with it, I'm not going to take any chance on getting scratches on the back. So at the end, we're going to pull those off. I'll start by putting the cord through. So I'm going to peel back enough of this so that I can put the cord through the holes and have it not go through the plastic too, because as I said, that's going to come off. So I have silk cord. This is about a 10 or an 11 inch length of silk cord. I've done them with ribbon. In fact, some of the ones here are even with ribbon. And all you need to do is just poke this through the hole and go ahead and tie a knot. I only had to tie 1, and then you want to pull it nice and tight, and then take your scissors, and I like to trim it off so there's hardly anything sticking out. If you want to, you can go back with white glue. I've used these on my tree though for a few years now. When you pull it to the end, it's going to not be able to pull back out. Then I'm going to do the same thing with the hole on the other side. I'm going to just poke this through and pull this up. Where you tie the knot is going to be based on how much you want this ornament to hang. Do you want it, you know, to hang really tight and close to the branch so you only have a little bit, or do you want it to hang long like so? That, of course, is entirely up to you. So I'm going to remove the excess cord. And like I said, you could use ribbon if you know, whatever you want that's handy and easy for you. When it comes to decorating, I started first by trimming the photo of Kate. And let me bring up the sticker that we're going to use. I wanted to trim this so that basically it's going to sit inside or line up with those rhinestones. So if I hold this, hopefully there's not glare on this. If I hold this up, you can see I've just trimmed her photo ahead of time so that it's going to fit. And if that's a difficult thing, you can make a template like out of tracing paper first and lay it down over your photo and trace around it so that you get the photo in a good size. In order to get it really strong and sturdy, I'm going to use glue dots. So I'm going to place the photo, and if you haven't seen the glue dots, all you need to do is I'll try to do this. Let me see if I can position this so that you can really see. The glue dot is just that little shiny circle that's on this backing. And all you want to do, you don't even ever touch it. You just place the thing over the, you know, in this case the photo, over the glue dot, and then when you pull it off, now the glue dot is on the back of that photo. So I'm going to put, I think I'll put one in all 4 corners of this photo, just to make sure there's plenty of adhesive and that this will last for years. You know, in my family, we pull out the ornaments every year, and it's really great to have something fun like this that's personal and handmade, and that it is, you know, customized so that it's the photos of, we've even got them from our pets in years past, and of course from all of us kids in all the different years growing up. They are just so much fun. Once you have the backing, in this case the dots, I'm going to put my tweezers so that I'm not right over a dot, and I'm just going to eyeball. If you want to, you can mark, because you can see through the plastic, you could do this over a grid, and then all you'd have to do is line this up. You want to put this in whatever position you want based on where you want to place that sticker that's going to go over the top. Go ahead and fasten it down. These stickers, me and my big idea is make these wonderful rhinestone stickers, and all you need to do is start at one edge. The adhesive is on the back, and the whole thing, I'm pulling it off while I'm talking to you. Hopefully you can see. I'll show you in a minute. But the whole thing is all stuck together in one piece. You don't have to reconfigure anything. It comes off all in one solid piece like this, and then all I have to do is just line this up. Normally I would use my fingers, but I want you to see what I'm doing. So I want to line this up so that I'm over the top, and before I press down I want to make sure that I have it really in a good spot, and I want it to just line up with the edges of Kate, of her photo, and then press down. The adhesive being already on that sticker, I tell you, it is just so terrific. It makes it so easy. Now at this point you could go back, and I'll take one of the snowflake stickers. This is one, you can see I've already trimmed a little bit off so that I'm going to like go right off of an edge with this. So if you're adding the stickers, of course, if you're going to do rub-ons, you can see that's it's just a question of laying it down and rubbing it. It comes off very easily, almost easier than even on paper, to add the final decorations. Now, the one thing that I haven't done on this one, and I just realized it as I was showing you the steps, the back of the ornament isn't really what you're going to see, but in years to come, I'm going to want to remember how old was Kate when this picture was taken. So let me show you what I did on the one from last year, and it's what I'm going to go back and do now with all of these. I just went back with a piece of colored paper, and I used those same snowflakes to decorate the square that I cut out, and with a white pen I just wrote that this was Quincy in 2011. So I'm going to do this exact same representation on the back of this in order to be able to remember. It finishes it off nicely, but mostly really I just want to be able to remember how old everybody was the year that these photos were taken. You know, holiday ornaments, they're likely to be saved and reused every Christmas. So clearly